Hello, this is a free call from an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, are you at work?
No, I'm at home tonight.
Oh,
I'm off today.
oh, that's great. I got the postcard.
Did you?
Yes. Oh,
Perfect.
my goodness. Thank you so much. I love it.
Good. Hey, I need you to hang on for 1 second, okay? Don't hang up. I put the phone down and go grab my headphones again because it's hard to hear you, okay? So hold on 1 second.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. Hey there.
I'm here.
Okay, hold on. I got to connect him now, so give me another second.
Okay.
Okay, that should be it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Well, how's your week been?
It's been a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find out whether or not you got the violation or?
Yeah, they teamed me today, actually, and I got 16 hours extra duty. I found guilty, and I explained everything
What?
to her.
No.
Yeah, but I was happy it was just that, and it's I don't get kicked off the incentive wing unless it's my third violation on the incentive wing, and this is my second one, so I'm safe.
So you're not going to get moved. Okay,
No,
but well, that's good. To keep you on the honor wing, then that's good, because I was wondering that too. I was like, if she gets moved, I don't know if she'll get my letter or not, because the housing unit I think will change, right?
Yeah, I would still get your letter, because even if it's not addressed to my exact house, they could look up what my house is and send it to that particular house.
Okay, that's good. Perfect. Well, Jenner Smith called me. And did she tell you about that yet? How often do you talk to her? Does she call you, or do you call her often, or like how often do you talk to her?
Well, I had talked to her a couple times. At first, I was under a contract, so I didn't talk to her that often. So we just recently started talking more. But I think the last time I had talked to her was right after our visit. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. So she called me, or she friend requested me on Facebook a couple days ago, and I accepted, of course. And then she texted me like right away.
Okay.
And it was just like, hey, like, this is Jenner Smith from ABC News. I would love to talk to you. I've heard all about you, et cetera. And I was like, okay. So I called her back, and we talked on the phone for like 15 minutes, and she was just like, you know, oh, I want you to explain to me, like, how you have come to know Gypsy, like, what's your relationship with her, and, like, so I just explained to her. I was just like, yeah, like, I was just moved by the documentary at first, and, like, I wrote her a letter, and then I didn't expect anything to come of it, but now we're, like, super good friends. We talk, like, once a week. I write her letters all the time, and I'm actually going to visit her here in, like, you know, a couple of weeks. And she says, oh, I know all about that. Yeah, I know all about that. So I would love to do an interview with you. It's like, okay, like, you know, I said, totally, that's totally fine. I was like, you know, like, how do you, like, want to do it? Like, 'cause, I mean, she's apparently stationed in Kansas City. Like, that's where, like, she is from.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's already easy enough. And then she's just like, well, I would love to film you going in and out of the prison for on the 15th. And I was just like, that's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to do it that way. Because, like, I'm already, like, this is already like, I'm not nervous. Like, I'm actually not really not nervous at all. But there's still, like, a somewhat of a nervousness with it. And, like, I don't want to, like, have to, like, come out and then just, like, have a camera right there. Just, like, okay, so tell me about it. Like, or tell me what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to do it that way. But, yeah, so, but we haven't figured all that out yet. Like, all the minor details, because it's still actually, like, what, 3 weeks away? I mean, it's so close.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so I guess we'll talk more as it gets there. But I was just like, you know, like, I'm more than happy to be in it if you want me to, or, you know, to do an interview or whatever. But, like, I just feel like I would want most of the story to be around her and her family. I don't really know, like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be a piece of her history, a piece of her family's history. Like, I'm definitely more than happy to do it. But, like, I just hope I fit well. And I hope that, like, people don't see it and go, like, oh, who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No.
Like, because nobody knows who I am, you know? I mean, like, I maybe talked to your mom once, and it was just, like, a short, you know, basically, I don't know anybody but you. So I just don't want, like, your cousin Bobby or, like, anyone else to just be like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, it's gonna be fine. And like, I told her, I said, you know, I explained to her that, you know, we were writing and stuff, and you were coming to visit me, and she was like, okay, well, since we're all gonna be interviewing and everything around that time, and he's coming to visit you the day after your interview, why don't we interview him? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask him to make sure if that's even okay. And so I went to definitely make sure it was okay with you. So I didn't want it to be, like, weird, but I don't think anybody's gonna be like, oh, well, who's this guy?
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I'm totally okay with doing it. I don't want to do it the way she wants to do it, like when I go in and out, like,
right, and then tell
you know,
her
I don't want to just be like,
tell her
I will.
that.
I will.
You have to, because with these kind of people, you have to put your foot down sometimes, because they can ask some stupid, ridiculous requests, and you feel completely uncomfortable about it, and you just have to be like, no, I'm not comfortable with that, but I will give an interview, you know what I'm saying? So, that's...
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And did she tell you yet? Like, first of all, last time I talked to you, I was, like, so fucking sick. I couldn't even, like, think straight. Like, I don't even, like, so I'm sorry if I was, like, just, like, not myself, because I had a horrible, like, sick weekend. And, yeah, I was just, but anyway, like, I wanted to ask you about, like, did she tell you what kind of questions she's going to ask you yet? Or are you going to be surprised, basically? Or, like, did she give you, like, an outline? I'm just curious.
Well, she said that it would be similar to in the documentary. So, similar questions to that. And so I know a little bit of what I'm expecting.
All right. Well, perfect. I mean, as long as you're not, like, hit with any, like, questions that would make you uncomfortable, which I don't think you would be. I mean, you seem pretty spoken about it. But anyway, like I wrote you back. I got your picture, by the way, like the other day. Today. I love it. Thank you so much. You're so fucking talented. Like, I'm so jealous, but like I cannot draw anything. I just cannot do it. Like, I have no artistic value whatsoever. Like, as much as I would just love to like just sit down one day and just like make something for you, I can't. And if I did, I would just be so just like I would hate it. And I would not think it's like worth sending. Like, I can't send it.
No,
I'll just get laughed at.
Don't you worry about that. No, don't worry about that. I love to draw. So.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure
out.
No,
it was great. I mean, it was actually like really amazing. I mean, like you put a lot of detail, like in the sky and like in the mountains, or like even in you and I, like this good. Like I don't know. I'm not trying to like be all like gushy about it, but it was really good. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
Thanks.
But
big imagination. Yeah. And I was like, I'm sure that he would like one that, I put us in it, I was like, that would be cool, a cool concept. So I just started drawing.
Totally. I loved it. My box is getting full. Like I have this wooden box of like where I've always kept everything I've gotten from you, and it's getting so much now. Like I'm gonna have to get a bigger box eventually. Because I just we send each other stuff every week now, so it's just like it's filling up. I've known you for about 4 months now.
Yeah. It's just keep getting full. And
yeah.
Like, yo quiero Taco Bell. I think I need a bigger box.
Yeah. Totally. But I'm just getting ready for this trip. Like I cannot be more excited. Like it's like I said at first, like a month ago, I was like nervous about it, but now I'm just excited about it. Like I don't even feel nervous about it anymore. I just can't wait to come see you. It's gonna be awesome. And when I sent that postcard to you,
don't be nervous at all.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Like it's gone away completely.
Good.
But when I sent the postcard to you, it's about like the last letter that I got from you, and like I didn't really get a chance to fully express how I felt about it when I was talking to you last time, because I was just sick and I couldn't even sit up. And but now that I'm healthy again, I'm myself again,
Good.
I just wanted to kind of just like that was probably the realest letter I've ever gotten from you. Like just the most yourself, like just being honest. Like and like I feel like when you break that ice with somebody, it's a big deal. So, like, I really just kind of wanted to give you my thoughts on, like, certain things in it. Like, I mean, like, and hope that's okay.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I know that it's okay. All right. So, like, I mean, when you say things like, you're no longer in the wheelchair, but you feel like you're still looked at as handicapped, like, I'll let you know right now that I've never once looked at you in that way, like, ever. In fact, like I don't even see the, when I look at you and I think about you, like none of that stuff matters to me. Like it does, of course, to a degree. Like it matters to me because it kind of builds your character as to like all that you've gone through. But you're still unbroken in my eyes, and you're still like a total angel. And I just like I've never thought of you like as Gypsy, like the abuse victim. I've kind of gotten to know the Gypsy that I know now, like who you are and like what you want to achieve and your hopes and your dreams and like the person that you really are, not like the painted picture that the headlines all say and the documentary says and what ABC News is probably gonna say and all that kind of stuff. Like I just feel special that I know the actual real person behind the, like I said, the headlines and everything. So, I mean, I can kind of understand that that's how you would feel because of the spotlight that you've been given.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, you've got so much more depth than that. And I'm happy that I've gotten to know it. So just know that, like, when people like myself have spent the time to write you and figure out and, like, kind of build a relationship. Like, I look past all that kind of stuff. That's not even the first thing that comes to mind. So I know that you're stuck in there, and like it's depressing. Of course, like every day, of course, is going to be a battle for you. And I would say of course, I could just tell you all the cliche things like, oh, well, it's going to be fine, and everyone, your whole family is at your back, and that is true. Like it's definitely true. But I know it doesn't really help you a whole lot. I mean, it does, but like at the same time, like you still have to go through all this on your own. You're still in those walls by yourself, and the best that we can do is write you, come see you, talk to you on the phone, etc. Which I'm excited to have done all three almost. Soon I'll have done all three, and and I just think that we will all be as supportive as we can, and you do have a lot of so many people out here that just love the hell out of you and talk about you every day, and it doesn't end. So while you are by yourself in there, you're definitely not alone, if that makes any kind of sense at all.
It does.
And like you say things like, I know that you don't have anyone to talk to in there, and that definitely sucks. I hate that is a reality as of right now. I mean, hopefully that will change in the future, and hopefully we can get someone to either call you or come visit you or something, But know that like when you come out of here and you say things like, you think that you might turn to alcohol or pills, something like that, to cope with it, like that is not even remotely true, because there are so many people here that are going to be with you 24/7, and just like having that like that support system. I've never had that before, and you have that. Like, and I'll tell you what, it's a huge thing. I mean, like Jenner was actually asking me about that. She was like, so do you have plans to see Gypsy when she gets out of prison? And I was like, absolutely. Like, absolutely. I know it's a long ways away, but like I can already tell that that's something I'm definitely going to want to do. So like, you're going to have so many people around you. Just like, I just know that like the whole world is going to open up to you when that day comes. And even now, I mean, as much as we can do now, we will. As much as I can do now, I will. I mean, I always make sure to get my letter out to you every week. I always make sure, and I don't know. I'm happy to be a part of your life, and I'm happy that you're a part of mine. And
thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me, because it really does. It encourages me. It keeps me happy. It keeps me sane.
Yeah.
Just having someone to talk to, it comforts me. And it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Like I said in my letter, I have the days that, I can make it through the day without thinking about things. And then I have the days that I feel depressed, and I have those thoughts and emotions, and I don't know what to do with them whenever I have them. So I try and figure out ways to cope. And I don't know how to cope with those things exactly. And for bottling them up inside, and that's not healthy. So
right. I mean, and I mean, I face the same kind of struggles. Like sometimes I have, we all have good days, bad days, but it's the people in our lives that make those bad days better. So just like always, I know that. I mean, I'm the way sometimes I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to reach out, but I always feel so much better when I actually do. When I actually do talk to somebody and like let them hear my voice, hear their opinion on the matter, like it always does kind of uplift me. So like if I had any advice, it'd be to speak to you, just like, I mean, Christy loves you to obviously to no end. I mean, you could just always just be able to reach out to us, because we will answer no matter what. We will always talk to you. And I know, like I said, you're in there by yourself, but you're not. Like, we're in there with you. We all are rallying behind you. And so just always know that like on those days where you feel depressed or you feel that anxiety, just know that we're no more than just like a call away, And I want you to know that I'm one of those people. You can always call me. I'll always, even if I'm at work, I'll like just answer and say, hey, I'm at work real quick, but you can call me later or whatever. You know, I'm always here. Yeah.
I know. And that's what touches me the most, because I'm like, you know, I've never had any friends like that on the outside, and it's like Jenner had asked me, like, why did I single you out? And I'm like, because this guy actually seems to take the time to actually give a shit about me, whereas other people, yeah, they might offer their support or whatever, but they're not there like some people are, you know, like you are. You're there. You might not be physically here, but you're there.
Right.
You know, you write me letters. You talk to me almost every week. You know, there's a presence that's there.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
There's a presence that's there that is invisible, pretty much. You know.
Yeah.
That's the way that I like to think about it. Is, you know, I feel like I'm always having support, and it is thanks to you, because I'm like, you know, I had to tell her, I'm like, you know, seriously, no one else has gone this far to make sure that I'm okay. And he just generally really, really care, and not care about the fame or whatever, but just actually care about me. And he seems to always say the right things, the things that you want to hear, but they're genuine. And so that's kind of is what fascinates her and whatnot. So.
Well, that means a lot to hear that coming from you. Believe me, it does. Because when she was explaining it to me, I was wondering if they were her words or yours, but I kind of get the feeling that they were yours. So it definitely does mean a lot to know that the feeling's mutual. And like I told her, like I told Jenner, because she asked me like so many questions about like my origin and like how I came to know you.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's like I told her in my very first letter, I'm sure she has it, you know, like it's just, I was just completely moved by it, and I've never written a letter to anyone ever. I've never felt that way about, like, I don't know, I'm just never, and it's not like I guess at first it was like a sympathetic kind of thing, just because I sympathized for your story and like what happened to you, but now I just feel like it's moved much more beyond that, and I just feel like I don't like pity you or anything like that, you know what I mean, like if I just, like I said, I think that you are like one of the strongest people I've ever known, because of the things that you've gone through, but yet are so unscathed. Yeah, we all have like those days, of course. It's just that's what makes us human. Otherwise, I would worry more about you, like if you didn't have those days. You know what I mean? Right. So, well, then what's wrong with her? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. That's what it's all about to me. So, like, I couldn't be happier that you're a big, huge friend of mine, and I'm happy that you think of me the same way. So know that like I'm never going anywhere. Like my number will never change. If it does, you'll know about it. But I know. I'm definitely surprised by how far this has gone, only because of how well we connect. And like how well we talk to each other, and how well that, you and I are just so much alike, because if it wasn't for that, I don't think it would have ever gotten far.
I know. I was like, just as we talk, it's like amazing that there's so much in common and everything. And it's like there's always something new that I'm discovering that I'm like, oh my God, we have that in common. Oh my God, we have that in common. I said, do I have a twin?
Yeah, I remember that.
Identical twins.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, like I don't know if we can if you can get a husky in Louisiana, because it's too hot down there for huskies. But I'll get one, and I'll name it Balto, and it'll be like part of our family. Like you'll be his mom.
Aw, that would be awesome. Yeah. we have decided on Balto though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't wait. It'll happen. But yeah, so I can't wait to meet you in just three weeks from what is today? Wednesday, so 3 weeks from Friday.
Yeah.
So just around the corner. Around the corner.
Coming up real soon. I'm excited, and I'm like, I'm nervous, because I'm having
Don't
an
be.
interview the day before.
I know.
I'm just gonna let all of the nerves go away. I keep hearing myself.
I definitely hate the timing. I definitely hate the timing on that. You know, like, because I know that, like, you've got this huge day coming up. You know, like, it's gonna be a big news report. They're gonna be coming in and film you. I know that's nerve-wracking as hell, but. And then I come the day after. I hate the timing on that, but I'm not gonna like cancel or like.
Right, no.
You know, I'm gonna be there.
Right. I absolutely don't want you to cancel. I'm definitely most excited about that. So I'm like, and I was having issues in my room, and I was so scared that I was gonna go to the hole. And
Oh shit! What happened?
Just drama, roommate drama. Threats were made to take.
I want to hear about it. Tell me.
Okay, so one of my roommates was arguing because she got upset that my bags got taken and all my canteen. And she was blaming my other roommate who is carrying my bags. Okay, and so they started to argue. Then the other roommate said that she would go to the back to the caseworker and tell the cops and everybody that she was strong-arming me. Now, that's a bad thing over here because you see someone that's being strong-armed, they both go to the hole for investigation. And so I said, I need to talk to you one-on-one. I'm having 2 visits coming up. I'm having an interview coming up. I've got too damn much to look forward to for you to fuck this up for me. So if you're going to bring me into something, leave me out of it, period. Because she wanted to use me as a pawn to get my bunkie removed from the room. And I'm just like, I'm real with you right now. Look, if you're going to do this, I'm going to do what I'm going to need to do. And I don't care what that means. But I'm not going in the hole before my freaking visit. Know that.
Shit.
I put my foot down. I'm like, I ain't messing with these petty bullshit games. And I'm like, basically,
damn, check out real.
Right, because I'm like, my visits are on the line, my interview is on the line. I'm not doing this. And yeah, I'd still get my visit, but it would be behind glass. No way in hell.
Oh fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was.
Yeah, that wouldn't be quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd talk to you like through a phone.
Yeah, probably like county jail or something. I'm like, no. They're getting a freaking contact visit.
Well, I'm happy that you were so bold about it. But yeah, don't let that fuck with you. But hey, did you not get your stuff back? No. I'm planning to IRR it, which means complain or file a complaint. And hopefully, maybe I'm like, if I can't get the stuff back, at least put the money on my account so I could rebuy the stuff. But the good thing is tomorrow is store day. I rebought everything. I'm just gonna have to freaking carry it by myself, which it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell, but I'm gonna do it. You can do it.
Everything. I'm like, yeah, it was a struggle, but I'm like, once the IRR goes through, I'm gonna see if the money gets put back on there. So I'm like, because it's not right to give me a violation, find me guilty of the violation, and take my stuff. That's too much.
Yeah, $92. That sucks. That's a lot.
Right. So I'm like, at least put the money back on it, so I can rebuy the stuff next week or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well.
And, 16 hours extra duty. I've done 16 hours extra duty before for a different violation, and it's no biggie. I get it done in like 3-4 days.
What does that mean, like extra duty? Does it mean like unpaid or something?
It's extra duty. It's like doing extra work, like go clean the
right.
pit, cleaning. I'm a dorm tender already, so I already clean, but work on my days off, things like that.
Yeah,
So,
that sucks. Either way, that sucks.
And they pay, like, some will pay
They still
by the
pay you
hour.
for it.
Yeah. Some will pay for the, like, the hour or whatever. They'll give you minute by minute. But some people, like some COs, will give you 5 hours at a time. So it's not that bad. So I'll be done.
Okay. Well, it still sucks that you got punished for fucking doing absolutely nothing, but
I know.
I guess that's just like the way it goes sometimes. I don't know. Out of your hands.
You're right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well.
It's like petty violations, but the good thing is, Mike, my attorney, remember? Well,
yeah.
He
I know.
He's gonna be my delegate for whenever I go see the board. So, I know he was a damn good lawyer. So I know whenever my violations come up at my hearing, he'll be like, "This is petty violation bullshit."
Yeah.
So he's gonna chew them up.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No biggie there.
Sorry.
But I did send you a letter. I want to say Monday.
Okay.
So
I'll probably get it tomorrow. I sent you one, so you should get it Friday. And it's basically it's another like kind of outlining your letter. So it's a lot of what I just said on the phone to you now, but nonetheless, it's
I do that a lot on the phone. I do that too.
Yeah.
Like I write a letter and then I'll talk on the phone.
You'll explain the whole thing on the phone.
Explain the whole thing, or I'll talk on the phone and then write a letter afterwards.
Yeah. So, well, I'll probably get it tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow also, so I should. It's usually about 3 days, so I'll go get it tomorrow. But I should get mine on Friday. I'm pretty sure it'll be Friday because I sent it out Tuesday, so it should be Friday. But yeah. But if you want to hear about the news in my life, I've had a pretty interesting couple of days here.
Tell me all about it.
Well, I mean, all right. So remember I told you about the trauma between like the people I live with, right? Like the whole relationship thing. So well, she's finally moving out in the next couple weeks. Not yet, but in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that whole thing will be a lot better because of the constant stress in the house. I mean, nobody wants to go home to like more shit. You know, I deal with shit at work all the time, and I don't like going back home to more just like drama and like stress and like, you know, like I get pulled aside by one person and ask for advice, and I get pulled by the next, and it's like I don't like being that middleman. Anyway, all that's gonna come to an end pretty soon, but. So one day I was bartending, and this one guy gave me a ticket to, or he was going to a baseball game here in Seattle, and he gave me tickets to, he had like an extra ticket. He was just like, oh, if you want to come to the game, I have an extra ticket here. You take it as a tip or something, and you can come to the game if you want. And I was like, okay, hey, thanks a lot. Like that's really nice of you. Like, hell yeah, like a ticket to the game. Like I had never gone to the Mariners stadium, which is the Seattle baseball team here. There's only two sports in this city, and it's the baseball and the football. Seahawks are the football, Mariners are the baseball. Football season hasn't started yet. It has, but it's preseason. But anyway, so I got a baseball ticket to go to this game. So I went to the game. I first wasn't going to go because first of all, like I have to sit with these people who I don't really know. I mean, I met them at the bar, but I don't really know who they are. It's kind of awkward to feel like sit with strangers. Because like you don't get to choose your seat, you have an assigned seat. You have to go sit with these people. Okay, that's fine. I got off work at like early, and I was like, oh, I don't have anything else to do tonight, so I'll go. So I went to the game, and it was the Toronto Blue Jays in town, and which is the Canadian baseball team. And I get to the game, and they were already there. I didn't have any way to call them. I don't have their number. I just have to go to my seat and find them. So I find my section, and I go down to my seat what I thought was my seat, and I go sit down in the seat, and it's empty, but there's a guy sitting behind the seat, and he's like, hey, don't sit there, that's my seat. And at first I thought he was kidding. I was like, oh, haha, Dick, that's really funny. Like, here's my ticket, so it's not your seat, it's my seat. And he's like, no, that's my seat. And if you sit there, like, I'm gonna fucking knock your ass down the stairs. I was just like, wait a minute, like, hold on, are you being serious right now? And he's like, that's my seat. If you sit there, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. And I was like, hey, what the fuck is your problem? Like, this is like, here's my ticket, like, that's my seat. And he goes, no, you're in that section over there. So like, the thing is like, there are signs that say like post section like 135, and it's like, okay, but like there's obviously like a section to your left and a section to your right, and they all have the same seat numbers and road numbers. So I was on the wrong side of the I went to the wrong side. So I was in the wrong, but he was like being a complete asshole about it. And like I was just like I thought we were about to get into like a physical fight. Like, not that I was instigating. He was instigating it. I don't fight people. Like, you know, like, I'm not a hothead. I don't pick fights with strangers. But he was just like, oh, he's the one jumping the gun. Like, oh, I'm gonna fucking knock you down the stairs if you sit in that seat. I was just like, at that point, you just kind of had to like defend yourself and not just be like, oh, I'm so sorry. So it's like, okay, well, all right, well. He's like, oh, you're in the wrong section. I was like, okay, perfect. I'm over there. And then I was like, okay, I apologize. Like, okay, sir, I'm sorry. Like, I'm in the wrong section. My bad. And then I walk away, and I'm like, I wonder if, like, I just punked out. Like, should I turn around and, like, go back over there and, like, continue to argue with this guy about how much of a dick he was, or should I just let it go? Like, I'm walking away thinking that. I'm like, did I just, like, you know, just punk out? I don't know. So I'm like, I go sit down in my section, and I'm like, I explain everything to the guy. He's like, listen, Ken, if you had gotten into a fight with this guy, two things would have happened. First of all, it would have been broken up instantly, and you would have been banned from the stadium for life.
Oh my God.
Okay, fine. Like, fine. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have fought the guy to begin with. Like, that wouldn't have happened. Like, I'm not gonna just. You know, you can't fight somebody unless you're mad at them. And I've never been in a fight in my adult life, you know. So, like, I don't know. This guy was, like, 40 years old, like a grown-ass, like, fucking, you know, he had, like, he had, like, 3 friends then. So I would have lost. No matter what, I would have lost. Because I just by myself. But, anyway, I don't know why I'm putting off with a tangent here. But, like, that was a really dramatic first time game I'd ever went to. Anyway, so I go and sit down in my seat, and I'm like upset. I'm like, I was like, that kind of stuff, like, would just, like, put me in a bad mood. So I was in a bad mood, and, like, I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to go have, like, a beer to, like, calm me down, like, to take the edge off of this anxiety I'm feeling right now. So I walk over to the stand, like, oh, we can't sell anymore. It's past, like, a certain time. We're not allowed to sell anymore. It's like, fuck, okay, fine. So I go and sit down, and then we lose the game. It's just like a horrible night all around. Anyway, I just thought that was a really funny / like not funny, like first time baseball experience that I had. Like, and yeah, so that happened, and then I've just been working every day since this is my first day off. I spent the whole day cleaning, and like, again, I talked to Jenner Smith, and she's probably going to be calling me back here. She told me she was going to talk to me later this week, so I don't know if she's going to call me or if she wants me to call her, but anyway.
She sent me an email, so I know that I have to give her a call sometime this week. I'm tired. It's late over here. It's like 11 something.
10 almost. So, yeah.
But she did tell me that she talked to Bobby, and she talked to you yesterday or something. And
he's gonna be like he's hilarious. Your cousin is hilarious, Bobby.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna be yeah. Whenever he does, he's done not a couple different, but I know that he did one other interview besides the documentary one. And I remember watching he did like, it's like not like a video interview, it's like a written or like a phone or something like that. And I like read it online. He was just like talking about how like, oh, like if I had the chance, I would I would kill Dee Dee over again. And it's like this long, like, the reporter's like, we probably shouldn't post that on like live TV. And he's like, no, I want you to. I want you to post that. Like, put it in there, please. It's just hilarious. Like, I think he's a character.
Wow. And, I have not seen that one or read that one. Yeah.
Oh, I'll read it to you one day. It's like a huge. It's like a written interview. So it's like you pull up the website and it's like, in parentheses, quote all the questions and his answers. It's just like hilarious answers to all the questions. So.
Wow.
But anyway, so I'm excited to see whenever he's on screen. He's pretty funny. So I can't wait to see his part of 2020.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, I know that he's always been supportive of me from day one. I read an article in the Springfield News Leader while I was still in county, him offering his support for me and stuff. And it was kind of just crazy because I opened up the newspaper and it says Blanchard's cousin offers support. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I still get that to this day, just people coming up to me telling me that, oh, yeah, they see me in the paper or whatever. A girl from county that I guess I was in a cell with, I just went out to the yard for the first time in like a month or two. I'm that much of a hermit. So I just go to school and come back to work.
Gypsy, you have to get outside.
I know, fresh air.
It's such a stress reliever too. Like just get out and like kind of move around too. Like it helps you kind of get out of your head for a little bit. So I'm definitely encouraging you to get outside if you can.
Yeah, and I really seem to go out there when I'm like really upset or distraught or something. So I put on my headphones and I just go walk the track. But anyway, this girl was like, hey, do you remember me? I'm like, yeah, slightly, vaguely. I'm honest. I'm like, vaguely. And she's like, we were in county together. I just got back, and your dude's still there. I'm like, he's not my dude anymore. Quit calling him that. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I talked to Mike today. I guess some big whole bullshit happened with the fact that he gave HBO the interrogation tape of Nick. And I guess that's a whole big issue with his attorney or whatever, not wanting that to have happened. And so they're pissed at Mike for him handing HBO those tapes. So what Mike's going to do is he's going to send them to Mom and Dad, and they're going to give them to Jenner to use in the 2020 episode. So it's a way
that's interesting. Like, I mean, because it's not like his full interrogation. It was like a very small. I mean, but still, I mean, I guess, of course, I'm sure some lawyers would still be upset if they didn't have their permission. But that's interesting.
Right. And so maybe they cut it, and
they cut it for sure. They cut it, yeah.
So for the HBO thing, so maybe I don't know. They might show the full interview this time around. I don't know.
I would love to fucking see it. I would love so much to see yours. I don't care about his, but I would love to see yours.
Mine is kind of funny, actually. Because
I mean, like, yeah. Go ahead.
I was so nervous throughout the thing, and they had taken me to the hospital to give me a dose of Keppra, which was the seizure medication that I was on, and it made me very, very sleepy. So when I get back, I took like a freaking 4-hour nap. So for the majority, because they're supposed to start the camera whenever the investigator goes in there to talk to me. But
they had it on before.
Yes, they had it on before. So you see a good portion of me sleeping. And then you see me talking to this guard that's outside nonstop about the wizarding world of Harry Potter and how the frozen butterbeer is so much better than the warm butterbeer.
All right. I mean, the clips they show of you without the investigator. They show you they show you sleeping. They show you like walking around in circles.
Okay.
And Yeah, and that's it, really. And then it's only like a brief part with the investigator. And yeah, but I would love to just like see the whole thing. Not that like it really matters, but it would just be interesting to see you doing something.
Interesting. Well, Mike was pretty upset because
anything with you in it.
But Mike was pretty upset because the investigator, he kept not letting me want to speak because I was trying to explain what had happened, and he just kept wanting to know why, and bringing up metaphors like I'm an eraser and I should erase my past, and I'm a pen and I need to write a new story, and lies are like snowballs. They snowball out of control and stuff like this. And I'm like thinking, fuck your metaphors. Could I at least just
yeah. I mean, that's the thing about like investigators. Like they're not your friend. They're not like trying to help you. All they want you to do is incriminate yourself. So they're trying to say whatever they can to like trick you into saying something that would hurt you. But anyway.
And I didn't know anything about the Miranda rights or anything. I didn't know I had a right to attorney beforehand. So I didn't know any of that. And it's like not that I had watched a lot of criminal shows that gives me that information. But I was like, I was freaking out. So, I just told him what I could, and so. But yeah, I remember Mike coming in whenever I had a attorney visit with him, and he's like, 4 hours of nonstop Harry Potter. Wow. So I was nervous. Would you have rather me talk about crime, or would you have rather me talk about something that should blow off?
Yeah, use up as much time as you can. Yeah, non-incrimination. I like it. But I never. Now you make me want to. I want to go there so bad now. I'm gonna go check out the Wizarding World. Never been.
It's a lot of fun. Like even though I've been, I want to go without the wheelchair. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's amazing.
And you will.
Yeah, I will. Well,
maybe
we will.
Maybe my. Yeah, we will. My first time, I'd like to go with you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So,
we should get
you can show me around.
You remember the little
I don't even know what that was. That's in the books. I have not read the books. I have not read the books. I got to though. It was?
It's in the movie.
When I saw that card, I remember seeing that, and I was like, what is that? So I Googled it. And like I brought it up, and it was like, oh, it was a creation of the Weasley twins, like they made or something like that. And I was like, I don't remember seeing that in the movies at all. And like, because I've seen the movies like many, many, many times each, but I don't remember it at all from the movies. So it was like, oh, it was in the book, and I was, I haven't read. I think I read the first 3 books, and I was like in fucking elementary school or something like that. But like I have not read them as an adult. So I don't remember. And So yeah, I didn't know what that was, but I know what it is now. But I didn't know what it was at first. But yeah,
that's like one of my favorites, and they have those at the Wizarding World. And
all right,
you can adopt a pygmy puff. So when you go to purchase your little stuffed pygmy puff, they're like, "Oh, are you adopting today?" And you get to choose from a pink one or a purple one. And it's actually in the 6th movie, so the Half-Blood Prince. Whenever they're on the train, and it's Jenny that has one on her shoulder. And so it's in one of the scenes, and it's just like a little hairy pygmy puff, and they're just so freaking adorable.
All right, well, shit, maybe hopefully they have a green one, because green is my favorite color. So.
Yeah. I'll have to get this one. You'll have to get the green one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, I'll have to go rewatch that again. Actually, I was just watching today, Fantastic Beasts, and I'm like halfway through it, so I'm almost done with it. But yeah, I thought about you the second I started it, because I remember I think it was your very first letter to me actually. It's not the second. It was like what the first or second. You had told me you watched it. It was your first. I think it was your first.
I have
like
your
almost
letter, so
memorized
I'll figure it out if it was the first or whatever, because you probably mentioned it.
No, only I would know because you wrote it in your letter, so I would have to look at mine to go find out when. But I have them all in order, so it should be easy enough. But anyway, yeah. So I'm halfway through it, and it's really good so far. I like what's his name? Newt Lancaster, something like that. Yeah,
yes.
he's an incredible actor. Scalamander, that's it.
Yes.
Scalamander, yeah. Yeah, I'm on shit. Pardon me. I had to stop watching it because I had to go do something. But oh fuck, I don't even know. Like right when they find out that the suitcase, he walks down into it, and I was like, oh shit. And then I go down and you see all the different beasts and everything like that, like in the suitcase world. So like that's what I'm at right now. So it's like only like an hour in, but anyway, I'm almost done watching it. That's probably what I'll do with the rest of my night. It's good, yeah. I like it so far. I never even saw it in theaters. I remember wanting to see it in theaters, but like I never had a friend who wanted to go with me, so like I never ended up watching it. But yeah, it's on HBO, so I'm watching it on HBO.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the little creature's name is, but have you gotten to the part where he's like a little thief? He likes shiny things and
yes.
likes to take.
Yeah. God, what's the name? What was the name of that thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, but they're still searching for it.
Yes. I like that little creature. I'm like, oh, I want one.
Yeah. No, what the hell? I'm looking at it right now. Niffler. That's what it was. Niffler.
Yeah.
Niffler. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of those characters. A bunch of the creatures. I'm like, I wish they really existed because they're just so freaking adorable. I'm so weird. My roommate's like, you're so freaking weird.
Yeah. Can you think of the first time Harry Potter actually made me cry? I didn't cry like physical tears. I remember being like really sad and distraught with Half-Blood Prince. And it's funny how like the first 3 movies are like very like happy, like children oriented kind of movies.
They are.
And then
They're
it gets darker and it gets darker and darker and darker. And it's like they're like more adult driven movies. And it's like I remember when I saw every movie in theaters except for Deathly Hallows Part 1. I never saw Deathly Hallows Part 1 in theaters, but I saw Part 2. I remember going to see Part 2. I was with my friends, and it was a completely sold out show. And I had like lost my friends at some point, like getting like popcorn like from my back when they were gone. And I went into the theater, and I couldn't see them. I'm looking up at this massive fucking theater of people, but I couldn't see my friends in it. And I was like waving, hoping someone would wave back, but no one waved back, and every seat was full. Like I had a ticket for this fucking movie, but every seat was full. So it made me think that like when they were sold out, somebody just like bought tickets for a different movie and then just went into Deathly Hallows anyway, you know, and like. So there was no seat, and I was like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do? I can't find my friends, and I'm by myself. So I ended up having to go into the fucking 3D version, and I was so pissed because I fucking hated 3D movies. I don't like wearing those glasses. I get headaches, and I don't like 3D glasses wearing fucking movies. I always hated them. I never liked them. But I have to watch this movie. I was so excited. I ended up enduring it and watching Part 2 with those fucking 3D glasses. And anyway, I'm telling you this. But yeah, but I remember the first time I like Harry Potter got dark was Deathly Hallows. Anyway, but the point is, it's Fantastic Beasts is again like a light, like happy note so far. So I like it a lot.
It is pretty light. It is pretty light. And I think whenever it started getting dark for the Harry Potter movies, I think that it started to get dark in the 4th one, so Goblet of Fire. That's where I think it started to get more darker.
When Cedric gets murdered?
Yes. So like the first one's definitely kid oriented, and it's supposed to be a whole family sort of thing. And the next two are like that as well. But as you go to the fourth one, I think it's even the fourth one that has. Are they all rated? I think it's PG-13, but
no, I don't. I think the first PG-13 one was Hallows. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Okay.
They're all PG, I think, for the most part. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember what they were rated, but I'm like, I know that for the fourth one, things started to get more darker. Because I had watched it the first
time.
time.
Voldemort came back, yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're roughly the same age. I think you're like, you're almost a year older than I am. But so I remember seeing.
I'm an old bitch.
Yeah, you're so fucking old, dude. No, I remember seeing Goblet of Fire. I think it was in what was I? Seventh grade. Yeah, I think it was in 7th grade. And I went with my friends at the time. I was a kid. I was like, well, how old was I in 7th grade? 12, 13, something like that. And that's when it started to get dark. That's when Cedric dies, aka what's his name from Twilight.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
Word.
Did I ever tell you about my my last two roommates that I used to live with? Did I ever tell you the story about how they were like huge Twilight fans / bloggers? Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
So before I moved into this house, which was I don't know. I mean, you remember the address change. So whenever that was, before, when it was Stone Avenue North, that was when I had these two roommates. And they were older than me. They were both 27. They were college friends. Two fully grown adult, men, straight men, and they were just huge Twilight fans. And they were like bloggers. Like they were both Team Jacob, and they both had like huge internet blogs that they were moderators for, and they would take like bi-monthly trips to Forks, Washington, because it's about like a 4-hour drive from Seattle. It's I don't know, maybe 3. It's like 3 or 4 hour drive from Seattle, and they would drive out to Forks, Washington, to like little Twilight camp out. And I'm like, I get it. It's a cute story, whatever. I mean, but like you're 27-year-old men, and you drive out every 2 months to go to Twilight camp out. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't get it. Like I can't relate to that at all. Like we didn't see eye to eye with them. We were just strictly roommates. We were not good friends. Not that I have any kind of problem with that. We didn't have any kind of like similarities at all. Like I like I said, as a cute story, I'm not like a super fan. I've never read the books. I've seen the movies, but I've never.
Right. I'm the same way. Like I've seen the movies, but I haven't read the books. And I mean, I'm a borderline fan. It's one of those things that I'll watch it and I'll like it, because it's more aimed towards teenagers and chicks.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's more along those lines.
Wait, what? Oh yeah.
For Twilight, and
Right.
And so it's like I also critique it as well. So I'm like, I could find little things in it that bother me, but at the same time, I could put it in the back of my mind and just enjoy it for, the story or whatever. So, I mean, it's really not a lot of story. It's more of the background characters that I like. So I like more of Jasper's character, rather than any other characters.
Okay.
So
I think I'm actually wrong. I've only seen the first 2 movies. I had not seen Breaking Dawn Part 1 or Part 2. So, but I think I know who you're talking about. He's like the quiet one, right?
Yeah, he's the really quiet one.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely think that I have to say Eclipse is my favorite. And Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Is there Eclipse?
Yeah, Eclipse is the third one.
Wait, so what's the second one called? So there's the first one, and then there's New Moon, and then
there's
Eclipse.
New Moon,
okay, so I don't.
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then there's Breaking 1 Part 2, and then Part 1 and Part 2. Which Part 1 I thought was, I like Part 1 and I like Part 2, but I think I like Part 2 better just because Bella is a whole vampire now, and I like her eyes.
Who ends up getting the girl? Was it Edward or Jacob? I don't even know.
It was Edward. Yeah.
Okay. So what does Jacob do? Just like.
Jacob.
Okay. Sorry. Bye.
Okay. Well, Jacob. Okay. So, Edward and Bella had a child, and that child is half vampire, half human. Well.
But wasn't it like they didn't even have sex with each other? It just like she just got pregnant or something like that, or?
No.
Was that something different?
They got married, and they had a normal wedding night, and she got pregnant while she was still human before she got turned. So, and then whenever she found out she was pregnant, the baby started to grow very, very fast, like abnormally fast. And so, whenever she was about to give birth, she died in childbirth. And at that moment, Edward had bit her and turned her into a vampire. And then, so whenever in the second one, she wakes up and she's a vampire and everything. I know all of these just because I watched this so many times.
Yeah, how many times have you seen this movie?
A couple.
Okay. Okay.
And so, she gave birth to a daughter, and the daughter starts to grow at an abnormally fast rate. So by the time she turns, I think it was 17, she stops aging. And at this point, whenever she was born, you remember how Jacob never imprinted on anybody? And so I think he mentioned that.
What does that mean?
Imprinting, it's a wolf thing, where it's kind of like that's your soulmate.
Okay.
It's just like a connection where you're like, that's my soulmate. And so that's called imprinting. And so Jacob, whenever Bella's daughter was born, Jacob imprinted on their daughter. And
that's weird. That's weird.
It does take a weird turn. But, so basically, through the first couple of years of Renesmee, that's Bella and Edward's daughter, the same. And so the first years of her life, and Jacob is kind of like a protector. And so he watches over her, and then it doesn't become romantic until she turns 17. So, and it doesn't even show that. It just is like a flash forward into the future.
Okay. All right. That's definitely kind of strange. How old is he at this point? Fucking 50s?
No, he's
40. I don't know.
He doesn't I don't know, but he did not age. He's still the same.
Okay, so
age.
Vampires and werewolves both don't age. Okay.
Right.
Or he's not a werewolf. Or wait, he is a werewolf.
He is a werewolf.
Okay. So they turn into actual wolves, not like Harry Potter werewolves who are fucking monstrous creatures. Right. Okay. So yeah, it's always different. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's still weird. I don't like it.
I know.
I think Jacob should have just moved on. Okay, she doesn't want me. That's fine. I'm not gonna chase after her daughter. That's weird.
Right.
But all right.
I was always a Jacob fan.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny because that's what my roommates were, huge Jacob fans, and they would try and get me to watch the movies again. Hey Ken, we're watching Twilight again. I'm how many times have you watched this movie? Oh, more times than I can count. I just couldn't wrap my head around. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of something, liking something like that. But I couldn't. These two guys who were built, they had fully grown beards, and their late 20s. Just love Twilight together. It's just what is going on here? I didn't get it. But hey man, to each his own, I guess. But yeah, so
that's funny.
Fun. Yeah, that's one of those things that they said about you too. It's you're a huge Twilight fan. In your Wikipedia biography. Did you know that you have a Wikipedia page about you?
Do I? You're
talking about
kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. There's a Wikipedia page about you.
what the hell?
Yeah. It talks about you loving Twilight, so it's in there.
Oh my God! Wow. Well, I was like,
You're famous.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just insane. But yeah, I always tell people I'm a borderline fan. Like, I've seen the movies and stuff, but I could definitely critique it too. Because I'm like, I don't like the actress Kristen Stewart. I just felt like she's so freaking dull.
No, I don't either. I've always disliked her too. It's funny you say that because I didn't want to say it first, but no, I've never liked Kristen Stewart either. She's such an awkward actress. Like,
right, she is. And I'm sure it was pretty hard to try and play straight because she's gay now. So I'm sure that was kind of difficult for her. But I just felt like she had no emotion. I think I would have liked it a lot better if Emma Watson would have played Bella, like for real. That's just
yeah.
I'm just like
her
acting just.
That just reminded me, your friend Sophia, the one that you told me about. She wrote did you hear about the song she wrote for you?
Yes, I heard.
I liked it because I just wanted to, like, I don't know. When I first saw it, it was on Facebook like a day, and nobody had liked it yet. So I was like, okay, I don't want her to feel bad about that. So I liked it, and I was the only one that did. Nobody else did. And if you look at it, it's like the only like is me.
Right.
And it was.
Mom did tell me that because Mom was reading it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, oh.
I know. Yeah, it wasn't a very good one, but I didn't want her to feel bad about it. So,
what do you say to that? I don't know what to do.
Right.
I'm like,
I know. I feel bad for you because I know that, like, she has this huge crush on you. So it's like you don't want to, like, be mean, and, like, I remember you telling me you don't want to, like, be mean and, like, reject, but at the same time you can't like
I can't
over compliment. You can't over compliment it because then that is like, oh, she loves it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So
and
it's a very difficult situation.
Yeah, and then she's like, whenever we get off the phone, she's like, I love you. And I'm like, I want to say it back, but I know that how she means it isn't the way
She'll take it the wrong way. Yeah.
Take it the wrong way.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. So Mom was like, just pull a Han Solo on her and just say, I know.
Pull on. I like that. I know.
I guess that's what Dad does.
That's good, actually.
That's what Dad does whenever Mom is like, I love you, and he's like, I know. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take that. I'll do that. I know.
How's that going, by the way? Like, is everything okay on that note?
Oh,
like, how is your mom and Rod doing?
Absolutely great. They are having sex almost every single day.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's like way
that's
more
when you
than
know
I need
the
to
relationship is good.
I told Mom, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even know.
Thanks for that.
She's like, you were the one that said I had to fuck him. I said, oh, but I didn't want to hear about it. Listen, I was just trying to be, like, helpful.
Thanks for all the details, Mom. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm actually happy to hear that. That's when you know the relationship is solid. So
right.
That's good to hear that.
Yeah.
Is he back home for the time being?
Yeah, he is. He's home for 28 days, and Jenner's probably gonna do his interview pretty soon before he goes back to work. So in about a month or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All
well, I'm happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. Yeah.
But I mean, thank you so much for calming me down throughout that whole ordeal, because I was so nervous and freaked out by it, and I didn't know who to talk to about it. So thank you so much for just being there to listen and everything.
Well, I'm happy that I was there. Yeah, I'm happy that you called me, and just know that you always can. Like, don't ever feel that you like I don't want to hear it, or that I wouldn't, because I definitely care. I definitely would love to hear about anything that's on your mind. So I'm always here. So you can always talk.
Okay.
And I'm happy that I helped. If I did help, I'm happy I did.
Aw, well, I appreciate that so much, and I don't think I ever expressed in a letter or whatever of how much that means to me. But it really does mean a lot to me. And I did tell you in a letter, I'm like, I have a very small circle of friends, and that small circle includes you, because I feel like I've built a trust with you, and so I feel comfortable enough to tell probably the craziest shit to that I wouldn't tell normally anybody. So.
Yeah, well, I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be happier to hear you say that. It means a lot to me to say that, to hear you say that. And I'm definitely super happy and proud to be part of that circle. So thank you very much. And I vent to you about things that I don't vent to anybody else about either. So you're like one of my absolute best friends too. So
what about the whole about the biting and choking thing?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was that exactly that just shows that I'm really opening up to you about myself.
Well, hey, we even
not
have
too
that
hard,
in
though.
common.
I don't.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't. It's not too hard though. I don't bite or choke too hard. It's always fun. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'll hurt you. Yeah.
I've never tried that actually. Like the biting I have. That's like one of my only fetishes is the biting.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not me being biting anybody. It's me being bitten. And I think Nick may have mentioned that in the documentary. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they talked about it. They showed the bruises and everything. So it's in there.
Of course they did. Oh, why not?
Yeah, those are some pretty big bruises. I don't know if I would. Yeah, that's a big bite.
Well, damn, I still have a little bit of a mark where he marked me. I'm like, it's still on my shoulder. 2 years later. I'm like, damn.
He fucking took a chunk out of you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't bite that hard. I'm not gonna swallow a piece of your fucking shoulder.
Right.
So yeah, that's
the
a little too much.
That's a whole vampire right there.
Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, so it just shows that you're in my fucking circle too, which is super small also. In fact, you're probably number one in it. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head. I don't even talk to my coworkers about that kind of stuff. So yeah, no.
Aww.
Gypsy, I'm so happy that I met you. I'm so happy that you're a part of my life. Yeah, I words can't describe how excited and happy I am to come see you. And it's going to be a huge event for me. So I'm looking forward to it every day. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up. It's the last thing I think of before I fall asleep. I can't wait for it to happen.
Oh, me too. I gotta go because I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm so tired.
Okay. All right.
But you have a good night, and look for my letter, and I'll look for yours.
All right. Well, I can't wait to talk to you soon. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good night, and
You too.
you'll hear from me soon. Okay.
Okay. Night.
All right. Good night. Bye bye.
The person you called